Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're getting set for the men's match. ICC picks up a 1-0 win in overtime off a golden goal on a PK by Mallory Scott to win the women's match. So we're just moments away from that First American National Bank kickoff here between ICC and Northwest in the men's match. Northwest will be in all blue. ICC will be in all white. Looks like ICC will start things off here. Also looks like ICC will start things off without a... Nope, there he comes, Brandon White. A little slow checking on the pitch here for the Indians. Adam Gore, Kevin Maloney bringing you this action here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. For those that have tweeted at us, yes, we're well aware that the feed is stopping, going in and out. That's because we're having to use my Wi-Fi card out here because there's no internet access to the press box. Actually, just the video stand here at Soccer. So we apologize for that. There's really nothing we can do about it other than not broadcast the match.
But we're here now, and we're going to give you some good action. And just like in the women's match, two teams very, very evenly matched. Same for the men, but not so much in the win-loss column. It's more along the lines of how many injuries these two teams have suffered this year. I know Coach Sullivan giving me the starting lineup today said, gosh, I want to circle starters accidentally, didn't normal starters. And same for Northwest. Northwest probably about 3 or 4 subs today. And the big thing for Northwest without its head man, Charlie Baldwin. Coach Baldwin failed to report a red card. Said he hasn't had to do one in about 4 or 5 years. Forgot to report a red card. It's a 2-match suspension for a head coach. So Coach Baldwin is here on the trip, but he cannot be on the field. And here's my question, and we just don't know the answer as of right now. But when we played Friday at Gulf Coast, that should have been the first match, and this one the second match, but the Gulf Coast was deemed a no contest. So in my eyes, that match and this one should serve his suspension, and he'll be ready to go for the next division match. But it's always tough not having your head coach, and Coach Nunnally, the women's coach, who just suffered a devastating 1-0 loss in overtime, has now got to come back. He didn't have time to sulk over his first loss. He now has to try to man a team that he really knows nothing about and try to get us a win here on the road to Itawamba.
So ICC with it, as we said, in all white. Northwest will be in all blue. That ball goes out of bounds, so to go back to the Rangers. Kevin, I know you got those starters right there in front of you. Let's talk about those Coca-Cola starting lineups.
First for the visiting Rangers in goal, as it has been all year, to be Carson Tackett, Cayman Blunt, Michael Ledbetter, Aaron Meek, Quade Phillips, Daniel Longmire, Nick Roberts, Isvi Torres, Parker Trewick, Jesse Wilson, and Fleury Magicalum. Of course, no Peyton McNatt, the Rangers' top goal scorer, banged up his knee, scored 7 goals with an assist through the first 4 matches, and may not be in the rest of the year. So a huge loss for Northwest. Was one of our top point scorers last year. For the host Itawamba Indians, it's Brandon White between the post, and it's Ryan Morgan, Aaron Presley, Luis Garcia, Cesar Perez, Logan Little, Colby Bogle, I don't want to slaughter his name. Brian Heredia.
Yes.
Chase Huddleston, Alexis Resendez, and Luan, 23.
Yes.
Good luck.
Balachete.
Exactly. God bless you.
So that is your Coca-Cola starting lineups for both squads this afternoon. Buddy Long and company always doing a great job of partnering with ICC, both athletically and academically, here in support of Itawamba Community College. Open Coke, open happiness, and ICC fans hoping to get the sweep this afternoon. As we talked about it, the Lady Indians picked up a 1-0 win in the first match of today. That was on a PK in overtime by Mallory Scott, and now the Rangers with it, trying to get something going here. Got an opportunity coming up, but it was blocked down there nicely by Aaron Presley. believe Aaron may be making his first start of the season. As you talked about, both teams kind of ate up with injuries midway, or actually this is midway through the division play. Got Steve Diffie watching on the MACJC Direct TV program. As Diffie tunes in just about, I think, everybody's broadcast when there's something being broadcast in the MACJC. He has that, I guess he has that package where you can put up all the different games on your screen at one time.
The Red Zone package?
Yes.
Well, it is nice that other people from around the league sometimes will tune in. And the main thing is we all kind of work together, especially in the North Division, as we kind of help each other. Sometimes I'll tune in and catch the fourth quarter and some football games around the league, but it's just a camaraderie. The fact is, hey, you want to make sure the audio sounds good. You kind of help each other out. So I appreciate that, tuning in. And, of course, we'll be at Holmes on Thursday night in a big North Division football game, Northwest and in Holmes. And then you guys this week get Pearl River.
Yep.
At Pearl River?
Here.
Here, okay, in Fulton.
Kevin, let everybody know where they can watch your game Friday night.
Yeah, we're
Thursday night.
Yeah, nwccrangers.com/watch. Of course, our games are all archived there as well on demand. So if you come in late to the broadcast, you can. It'll be archived as soon as the game ends, and you can watch it. And it'll be Jeremy Kennedy and John Luke McCord on the call, two guys that joined us this year that I'm super excited about having on the call. I think they've done a fantastic job.
How'd you find that Kennedy guy?
Yeah. There's a guy named Schmadam Dorr who let me know about it, also known as Adam Gore. But I do appreciate that because Jeremy and John Luke have been great.
Jeremy, grade A guy. John Luke, equally good guy there as well. So you've got a pair of good ones on the call. The guy that calls games for ICC, I just don't know about him. Either way it goes, mad scramble for the ball. Bodies hitting the turf everywhere and no whistle. As this one's starting out much like the women's match, Kevin,
Well, we're 6 minutes into this one. We haven't even had a whistle yet. No fouls, no shots, no nothing. So Northwest in the all blue, actually new uniforms. It's a little different. First time I've seen us wear all navy in men's soccer action in my 8 years.
And that is something similar ICC has. We talked about it. There's a lot of similarity between these two programs and just about all sports. As here's an opportunity, goes ahead. ICC with a chance here. Kick in good, as that's going to be a beautiful set that time and a goal in by Resendez, and ICC takes an early 1-0 lead.
Assist coming from Luan. What happened there is ball kind of spun, and Treywick, it kind of just took an odd hop right next to him, nothing he could do.
And it's get down, let's snap the ball. Ellington gets the pass. Now looking, well, for some reason it's going to replay football from the East Mississippi game. All right.
2-1. You mentioned the 2-1 there, so there you go. You had football and soccer at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know why in the world it is doing football. Well, we won't have replays this afternoon. We'll have to get our soccer set kind of reset as ICC leads it 1-0 after a goal by Resendez. Early goal here for the Indians. We said it was kind of shaping up like the women's match early, then it did not, as it took 97 minutes, just about 96.
It was, I think the 96 minute for the win.
As ICC gets it again, Resendez, no, just let him a little too far. I thought Resendez was going to be able to knife to the backside. And ICC gets it back. This is Heredia, and he is taken down, and that's going to be a foul whistled here on Northwest. Heredia a little slow to get up that time, and looks like he's actually kind of holding his calf muscle. And that's going to be something both these coaches will kind of hit the panic button on when they see a player come up gimpy. Because there's really not a whole lot of room for many more injuries for either one of these teams.
No, you're not going to see a whole lot of subs. I don't think any more than maybe 4 from each side, 4 or 5 from each side.
So ICC will survey the defense of Northwest. It's going to be a hard shot. Ooh, nearly got that one in that time. Are they going to say it's deflected? Or no, they're going to say it's a goal kick coming up here.
That's inches.
Yeah.
Inches away from being 2-0.
Yeah, that was dangerous. Opportunity missed there by the Indians. I think it was one of those where they just could not decide what play they wanted to call and just tried to muscle that one by. And as Kevin said, inches away from being a 2-0 lead here for ICC. 1-0 is your score. Indians with the lead. And they kick it ahead. This one going to be cleared back to the keeper by Northwest. Some pressure being applied here by ICC. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Kevin, we talked about it. Both these teams still in the chase for the playoffs.
Yeah,
Leave
Itawamba,
ICC top in the north.
yeah, Itawamba in a lot better shape. I believe it's Hines 1, Itawamba 2. Hines, I think, has 9 points, and I know you guys have 7 points. 2 wins and a tie, still unbeaten here in division play. Northwest 0-3, and if you're in Northwest's shoes, if you get 0-4, you're done with. You're just not going to make the playoffs in these divisions, but you're looking for a 1-3 spot somehow, and you know, if Northwest can find a way to win this game today, you know, you get 3 points and you're only a few out of third place. So you got to come away with points if you're Northwest. You don't want to just pack it in, but it's one of those things where every obstacle this year that's gone against you, it just is one thing after another.
Garcia sends it ahead to Resendez, and he tries to sneak it in, and no! Off the post, and the iron unkind for Resendez as he nearly snuck that one in for his second goal of the game, and the Indians getting some good looks early.
How did that not go in?
The iron unkind off the post and just took a funny hop off the rebound and just looked like it may have skipped off the post a second time. Substitution into the match here for the Rangers, number 4.
Yeah, that's Darius Hetz taking out Treywick. Treywick has not looked good early. He's let a couple get right past him, and that should be 2-0 out the gate right away. And Treywick a couple weeks ago was actually in the forward position because McNatt was out and had a hat trick. So went from a hat trick to playing defense the next match. Of course, Levi Nunley is your head coach today for Northwest. And it doesn't count on his win-loss record, but to lose twice in one day could be a real shot in the gut.
Rangers clear this one back to midfield. Loose, and the Rangers will control. 1-0 is your score. Indians with the lead. There's 34 minutes and 45 seconds to play until halftime. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll have the ICC All-American Band performance coming your way here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. That is going to be a header out of bounds, and it'll be ICC ball. Kevin, not that same feel we had in the women's match. You can tell there was a little bit of nervousness, a little bit tense type atmosphere around the pitch, and this one right here just doesn't seem to have that same type of flair to it.
No, you know, and it is crazy that to see the amount of support for the women's match. Of course, your players are sticking around, but the attendance number, I would have thought it'd be the opposite, but this has been like this all year for Northwest, but much more fan support at the women's matches than the men's matches, and it looks to be the same way today.
Yeah, the softball team was here for the women's match. They had to leave before they could see the exciting conclusion to that one, but still a pretty good little turnout out here. You can tell that shadow seating is a premium here at the pitch this afternoon. Take a look at some of the fans there across the way. Good mix of ICC and Northwest crowd, as you said. Not a very far trip for Northwest, other than Kahoma. Really, maybe one of the closest trips you got, maybe, or Delta might be the second closest.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I mean, Kahoma 50 minutes away, Delta about 2 hours, and Boonville both about 1 hour and 50. Only thing you need to know, there's an Abner's and Tupelo around here, and that's going to get worked here in just a few hours.
So if you want to get an autograph from Kevin Maloney, that's where he'll be. ICC with a nice little extra touch to Resendez. Resendez sends it and puts it right on goal, but a nice stop there by the Rangers.
Tell you what, Carson Tackett mentioned Olivia Nault for the women, finished with 13, maybe 14 saves, can't remember exactly, but Carson Tackett at one point was leading the country in saves. That's always not a good thing. It means you're seeing a whole lot of shots. Goals has not been the issue for Northwest this year. We have scored an average of 3+ goals a game. We just can't stop them.
Yeah.
And we've been giving up, I think we've scored a little over 3 a game, been giving up close to 4 a game. A lot of, 6-3, 5-3 kind of matches so far this year. And you know, if you're just watching soccer, to see 8 goals is a whole lot of fun, but not if you're standing between the white bars.
Yeah, and as you said, you know, if you're seeing a lot of shots on goal all season, eventually odds are some of those are going to break through. And as you said, not a formula for success. Danger here. Rangers trying to find a way to tie this one up. Nicely defended that time by the Indians. So they try to squeeze this one out. This is going to be, I believe it was Balachete with it. Yes, it was. And he tries to get it back, and the Rangers take it away. Rangers with it now, trying to find the equalizer. Just his feet failed him that time as he got tripped up trying to keep up with the ball. Little give and go action now, wide on the weed, and this is Little. Little tries to feed it inside, looking for the header. No, just a little too tall. And it's going to be sent back that time by the Rangers. Not really sure why he cleared that one back. Huddleston gets it in the goal. Wow. Chase Huddleston with the rocket. And the Indians take a 2-0 lead here early with the Rangers of 31-12 to play.
I don't think that Tackett ever saw that one.
Yeah, he was kind of shielded by a couple of his defenders that time, and the ball just went low, and by the time Tackett went to attack it, it bounced up on him a little bit higher, and it sneaks its way into the back of the net. Huddleston from distance, 2-0 Indians.
I've got to think that that's about 35 yards out there.
Yeah. That's one thing Huddleston can do. He can fire from distance with some pretty good authority on goal. So the Indians lead now 2-0. 31 minutes and some change to go here until halftime. Rangers need to try to find an answer here to get back in this one. Luis Garcia sends it back. Garcia was our punt pass kick winner from the last time. I guess it was a Northwest game. Punted one 71 yards.
Now, did you actually give him the roll? It's supposed to be where the ball hits. Was it 71 in the air?
71 roll.
Yeah. So y'all gave it to where it ended up, right?
Well, he was supposed to get it where it bounced.
Yeah, where it first hit. Yes.
Yeah, the powers that be on the field gave it to the roll, but either way it goes, he
free pizza for a year, I believe.
Yes.
How does that work? Like once a month? I mean,
free pizza for a year.
There it is. Eladio Martinez checked in for Isfi Torres. Coach Nunley not happy at all with Isfi. Actually, just the ball's still rolling over here, and I'm not sure what he was doing. I don't know if he's fixing his cleat or what, but the ball rolls into no man's land and actually ends up a goal for Itawamba. And, you know, and then arguing with Coach Nunley, which, of course, you know, Coach Nunley is the women's coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's one of those things where I would just say yes, sir, and continue on.
Yeah. Well, on that last foul call, your guy, number 8, Trace Manning, was the recipient of an inadvertent slap from the referee as he pointed. Manning happened to be in the wrong place in the wrong time and caught the backhand of the center judge. So Rangers with the ball, broken up that time by the Indians. ICC leads 2-0. And there's going to be a foul whistled on Northwest. Breeze picking up a little bit here in Fulton.
If Northwest is not careful, this one could get away early. It's been pretty sloppy early on, and a lot of fouls. Just very much out of sync right now.
So waiting the free kick here. Sending it down the pitch and broken up nicely that time. Logan Little gets the rebound. Clears it off. Huddleston fires left-footed and high. Huddleston trying to just get some proper footing that time to be able to send a strong shot. That one just drifted a little too high on him. And 2-0 stays your score. Substitution into the match here for the Indians is Garrett Parrish, along with number 2, Jake Kirkpatrick, for ICC. If you're just now joining us, the Lady Indians picked up a 1-0 victory in the first match of the day. That was on a golden goal PK by Mallory Scott. Big time win there for the Lady Indians, as we talked about, Kevin. Both those teams jockeying for a chance to host an opening round of the state playoffs. If you finish second, you get to do that. And those two teams battling for second place, then Lady Indians kind of get that advantage now. Of course, there's still a lot of soccer to be played.
Yeah, it doesn't look good early for Northwest, but you can ease a lot of those frustrations with a goal just to get back in this thing. This is Fleury Magitulum with a go.
Broken up nicely that time by the Indians. Forces it back out wide. And now here come the Indians trying to push the issue a little bit. Northwest steps in front of that. And now they're going to send it long.
Where I mentioned, the youth for the women's team. I look out here right now and I see one sophomore.
You only have
10 freshmen on the field right now.
You only have 4 sophomores on the entire roster.
Correct. One of them we lost in McNatt. Blakeney's on the bench. I can't think of the fourth one.
Blunt?
Yeah, he's on the field right now. And Ledbetter's also on the bench right now as well. So, 10 freshmen on the field. The lone sophomore, number 3, Cayman Blunt, a transfer from Colin. Of course, they killed their program. And the son of former Northwest Athletic Director Cameron Blunt. So they live in Independence, so it's locally close to Northwest. But the lone sophomore out there, that's tough. It's JUCO, but you're used to having a lot of turnover.
And Northwest with it now, trying to cut this Indian lead in half. ICC up 2-1 after goals by Resendez and Holliston. Chance to make it dangerous here. Drops it off on the inside. Nicely defended, though, by the Indians. And I believe that's going to be a foul maybe whistled on Northwest.
Yeah, he's blown a couple whistles. I just don't know. We've had him in Senatobia a couple times. He is not good.
Well, it's one of those, like we saw a whole lot of just extremely physical play in the women's match that they let play. And
you could have had a PK. You could have had a PK, 2 of them in the second half, one for us and one for you guys, that weren't called. It's one of those things where, I don't think they wanted to end the match that way. And they got to the point where it said, in overtime, still, we can talk about all we want. We don't know where the foul occurred from up here, but the lines are really hard to see with the sun. But it was like inches inside the box to make it a PK. But yeah, it could have been a couple of fouls called. Surprised to see not just one card. I figured there'd be a few more.
Yeah.
Had a bee on my hand.
Yeah, they tend to come up here and visit every once in a while. What is really fun towards the end of the season when the Ladybugs decide to attack the ICC Foundation broadcast booth, as that ball is going to be, I believe, out of bounds. Incidental contact was the call there on both the ICC and Northwest player. Yeah, there's some inconsistency on the calls so far here in the men's match.
I do appreciate both teams. You don't get this very often, but jerseys and numbers you can very legibly see. The fact that blue numbers on white and white numbers on navy. You never get that with teams like Hines and Holmes. They'll have stripes and yellow numbers and everything you think of.
And they actually both teams have numbers on the front of the jersey as well.
Yes, this is how it should be.
Forgot who we played earlier this year that did not have numbers on the front of the jersey. In the back of the jersey, numbers were about the size of the numbers on the front of our both jerseys. So Northwest takes it away, sends it up to midfield, and then just loses a touch out of bounds. Indians with it. In trouble on the side, just sends it through the legs of the defender. Northwest, though, gets it back. Ball just ricocheting off everybody, sent out of bounds. And it'll be Northwest ball. 23 minutes and 50 seconds to go here until halftime. Remind you to stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime report. We'll have a quick rundown of the first half stats. Here are some words from our sponsors, and then be entertained by the ICC All-American Band.
So far here in the first half, just like it was in the women's match, it's shots heavily in favor of the home team. 7-1 Itawamba, 4-1 in on goal shots, and 5 fouls. Northwest is at least leading in one category, 5 fouls to 1.
This one's sent across the way. It is going to be tried to chase down, but will go out of bounds.
Well, if you're a Northwest fan, Adam mentioned it earlier, Northwest football playing at Holmes Thursday, 6:30 kickoff, I believe, from Goodman on nwccrangers.com/watch. Men's soccer will not be in action until next week. The women host Motlow State. That's moved up from 4 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And for Itawamba, I believe you guys don't have anything until Thursday football.
Wednesday.
Oh, you do have more soccer Wednesday?
Pearl River will come to town, and then Wednesday for soccer, and then they'll stay in town for football Thursday.
Gotcha, okay.
Because that's the way it's supposed to have been last week. You guys are supposed to come.
That's right. We're supposed to play soccer on Tuesday.
And then football Thursday. And that's going to be offside. That was just a doomed possession from the get-go for the Rangers.
Yeah, just freshman mistakes there. You had 2 freshmen in the same area. I heard one of our sophomores, Michael Ledbetter, come off the field a little while ago and just made a really smart statement, and he told the truth. He said, we just don't know each other. And, you're talking about 10 freshmen and 1 sophomore on the field. And then you've got, I said you got 3 sophomores on the bench right now. The players still learning to play with each other. And then, of course, you add in all the injuries, too. It just makes it a lot more difficult.
So now here comes ICC. They're up 2-0, trying to build on that lead. Resendez waiting for somebody to come up with him. Nobody would come along, and the Rangers take it away. ICC gets it back now. Sends it ahead. Beautifully stepped in front of, as I think the ICC would have been offsides anyway on that attempt. Rangers send it ahead. Ball loose on the pitch. Still loose. Nobody able to get the possession on it right now. And the Rangers come away with it. But then there's the Indians to take it right back. Just a mad scramble for the ball all on the pitch right now. 2-0 is your score. 21 minutes to play here. They're trying to clear this one back to Brandon White.
Just nothing offensively for Northwest. Just the one shot. But they've just been playing frantic defense the rest of the time.
As the ball goes out of bounds.
And this will be Michael Ledbetter checking back in for Northwest.
Haley McGill and Mary Kate Grayson excited for themselves. The women's keeper giving each other a high five for making the stop on that play. Got that keeper mentality. Keeping it from going in the ditch, or as we like to call it around here, Firewater Creek. Actually, nobody calls it that, just the sports information crew. So it'll be a toss in here for Northwest. And ICC will step in front of it. Huddleston with it now at midfield. Huddleston sends it out wide. This is Rowell, who just could not quite catch up with it. And so the ball will go back to Northwest inside 20 minutes to play here in the first half. ICC with a 2-0 lead.
Mentioned that the women play on Friday. The men don't play again until October the 6th.
Wow.
So you're talking about an 11-day break. We'll play at Holmes on October the 6th. And that's something else, too, when you're trying to find, I guess, your identity a little bit. When you go that long in between playing, there's just a lot of times that you can, I don't know, you're ready to get on the field.
Yeah, because, you could practice and practice, but you just really can't duplicate that in-game experience of getting to know each other and feed off of what each other's natural instincts is in those game-type situations. Indians with it now. They lead 2-0. Coming up on 19 minutes to play. Ball taken away by the Rangers. Nicely defended that time. Here comes Northwest. But there's the Indians to break it up. Sends it back to midfield, and that's going to be a foul on number 12 for ICC. And I believe they're going to get some substitutions in here. Yes, they will. Checking in for Northwest will be number 11.
That's Christian Pirani.
Pirani will check in.
A late addition to the team. Actually tried out a couple of weeks ago when we lost a couple of teammates, and then has made the roster.
So we're trying to send this one from distance. Brandon White comes up and calls the fair catch. So ICC trying to flip the field position. Northwest has done a good job of keeping the ball on this side of the pitch for a majority of the latter part of the, or I should say mid part of the first half. ICC got a goal from Resendez and then one from distance from Huddleston. That's how they lead 2-0 early in this match. Tried to send it ahead and blocked up nicely that time by the Rangers. Rowell steps in front of that one for the Indians and now sends it back to midfield. And it's still loose, and there's a scramble for it. And it's going to be a foul whistled here on the Rangers.
Sitting here trying to do basketball at the same time. It's frustrating.
And thought that one had a way to get in that time off the side of the net, as that was number 15 for the Indians, Brendan Kane.
Gonna be a corner kick.
As it was deflected off the foot of a Ranger. Made that thing sneaky dangerous, did Kane. So a corner opportunity coming up, and this will be Rowell to send it in here for the Indians. ICC looking to build on their 2-0 lead here over the Rangers. Sends it on its way.
Student worker Branford Clay chiming in, says it sounds like two Kevin Maloney's on the ICC live feed. So we know we had two people watching today at least.
Did he say I sound like Kevin Maloney?
Yeah, that's a compliment for me and a slap in the face for you.
It is. Remind me next time I see that kid to return the favor.
Say less.
Rangers with it now. They try to send it up the pitch. Blocked up by the Indians, but they able to maintain possession. ICC then pokes it away. I thought the center judge was actually going to step in and kick that one that time. Instead, the Rangers control the loose ball. Coming up on 16 minutes to play now in the first half. ICC with a 2-0 lead. Tried to send it ahead that time. Nobody there for the Rangers. Indians with it. Send it to the middle of the pitch. It's Bataschetti with it. Now a dangerous pass to Rowell. Rowell, though, just could not control the touch. Good idea. Just could not quite reel it in that time. If he did, that could have been the third goal of the match.
Well, the Indians have been, sorry about that. Yeah, there's no cough button. The Indians have been in the attacking end for most of this match. For Northwest, you're going to get a couple key subs in this game.
There is a cough button, Kevin. There you go. See? I killed it. You work in television. I work in television. A lot of people don't know it. And that's one of my favorite things to see. Like people walk by and they see a sign that says cough drop. And most people are like, what the heck is cough drop? Well, you just go. Right there, so you can't hear me, but then I put it back. There's your cough drop. Yep. Slow first half here.
The more you know.
So Northwest will toss this one in. Raphael knows what I'm talking about. He's up top running the camera. Raphael Henry running the camera here for Let'sGoICCTV.com. You've got Lee Adams taking photos for ICCimages.com. You can order photos there. We'll actually have some photos from Northwest as well. You can get those digital downloads for $1. We might be nice and send Kevin a few photos from today's matches.
And those will be posted on Facebook. We have about 225 photos from the season so far. Hopefully you can find what you need if you're a parent on there on Facebook, high definition or high resolution that is. I thought that was pretty good there. I thought that was pretty good defense there. And he's going to give a card on that. Wow. I don't know about that.
I don't know about the card.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if maybe it was something he said afterwards, drew the card. But it looked like a pretty good play. I'm with you on that one, Kevin. So a break there for the Indians.
Not so sure about that one.
So this will be a free kick here. This is just outside of the box. So about the difference on where Mallory Scott was fouled inside the box, that foul outside the box to keep it from being a PK.
I don't know if the spray paint is just that light over there because of the sun.
I think it's just the arch in the field and the sun combination.
Okay.
Tries to send it, but too high. It's one of those, I guess I'm here more often, so I'm used to seeing where the...
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to,
Yeah.
except for the arch at the top.
Yeah.
You can't see the box at all. So
Yeah,
I wonder if
see,
it's still
Yeah.
is.
It's there. I can, to me, the way I can see it is the indentions on the field. But as I said, I'm much more accustomed to this field. That home pitch advantage, if you will. So ICC with it, they lead 2-0. This is a North Division matchup. ICC 2-0-1 in the North. Northwest 0-3, 1-4-1 overall. ICC 3-3-1. Currently in second place behind Hines, who is 3-1. East Central, they're 2-1-1, so they technically, no, ICC and Hines tied in this situation. Hard shot, blocked up nicely that time by the Rangers. Indians trying to keep the ball in their territory. Northwest, though, clears it out nicely.
Just would like to see, if you're a Northwest fan, to have some kind of offense. Just can't even control possession long enough to even get a shot off.
Indians send that one ahead too far, and Northwest gets the turnover. But they give it right back on a poor touch that time, so it'll be ICC ball coming up on 12.5 to play here. ICC with a 2-0 lead. Throw it over the top. Balachetti with it. Trying to work one-on-one, nothing there. Sends it back out to Rowell. Rowell sends it inside, trying to come off the header, nothing there, and the Rangers clear it out. Good idea, just couldn't quite execute it. The Rangers did the smart thing, did not hesitate, and cleared the ball back out to midfield. Rangers with the possession. Indians coming up with some pressure, and that's going to be a foul on ICC.
That was a nice flop there. The third foul whistled on Itawamba, 7 for Northwest. 10-2, the Itawamba leads in the shot category. Of course, those 2 goals coming in the game's first 15 minutes.
Those stats being brought to you by the Sonic in Fulton. As the ball taken away by ICC, leaves it up to Rowell. Rowell just could not quite find it. As it came off his back of his heel, it goes out of bounds, and is it going to be a corner opportunity? No, they're going to say goal kick. Substitutions into the match here. Appears this will be Garcia and Little checking back into the match here for ICC. It'll be Kirkpatrick and Rowell checking off for the Indians. 11:15 and counting. ICC with a 2-0 lead here in the first half.
It's always amazing to me how much faster the men's matches go. When you look up there, that's got to be a foul. There it is. But you look up and 30-plus minutes have already gone by. It does not feel near as long.
Now, if this match was being played at East Mississippi, would not be a foul. Well, it depends on who it was. 128 yards and penalties to only 25.
Yeah, we've been on the receiving end of that as well.
We talked about it in the football game, and of course I know we're kind of just bantering back and forth here. I would love to see the difference in amount of penalties home and away for East Mississippi. You got those type stats.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little research, Kevin. Not that you don't have enough to do already.
I get so sick of beating a dead horse, but I just sit there and watch the games every year, and we have a guy get body slammed on the sideline right in front of their bench, no penalty. It's supposed to be a 15-yard automatic penalty. Nothing's called, and then we get a bogus personal foul penalty on a guy getting excited and mocking or taunting, whatever you call it. But I mean, you could call 10, 12 taunting penalties a game on East Mississippi if you wanted to, but I just get so sick of it. And the people that love Last Chance U, if you only knew what it's really, really like over there, you wouldn't be such a fan of that show. It's not a good representation of the MACJC. That is not how other teams in the league carry themselves. Coaches, none of them.
Indians send that one across the middle, broken up nicely that time. Great defensive play by Torres. And he's going to dribble this one out on his own. Sends it ahead and is broken up by ICC. Now the Indians trying to reverse the pitch here. Swinging out wide to Logan Little. Little sends it over the top looking for Garcia. Garcia lets it Landy didn't want to try to get the offside penalty, so he had to check up on that. It's Balachete with it now, looking to go to work. Tries to bounce it off the legs of the defender. Gets it back, though. Looking for some help and tries to just poke that one inside. Really didn't have an angle to attempt a goal that time. Nobody rolling with him that time for the Indians. But ICC, though, keeps possession. Little sends it off the backside of number 20, Wilson. Wilson sacrificing his seat to stop that goal.
It is just all Itawamba so far today.
Indians with it once again. At midfield, now they're going to clear it back.
Need one of those work study students to be clocking possession time here. See 14, Carson Renfro check in for the first time.
Send it out wide. This is Logan Little trying to chase it down. Going to send it back across the middle. And it just goes through a pair of players and finally in the possession of Northwest, but Northwest in a double team. Good job on keeping possession that time by number 17, Torres. Is that right?
Yeah, it's Torres.
As he was able to fight off a pair of defenders, but then ICC gets the ball on the other end. Indians going to send this one ahead. Sends it out to no man's land. Really confusion between Balachete and I believe that's Parrish on who was to get the ball. Actually, excuse me, no, that was not. That was Vogel who has it now. Vogel going to send it ahead to Logan Little. Little off the wing, off the cross. Oh, that had a chance there, but nicely defended by the Rangers. Garcia trying to get to it, but cannot do so. It's out of bounds. Substitutions into the contest here. ICC going to send in a pair. Northwest sending in Renfro. For ICC, it'll be number 22, Resendez. And number 5, Aaron Presley checking back into the contest. 2-0 your score. Inside 7 minutes ago until our Little Caesars halftime report. We'll also talk about our Sonic stats being provided by Northwest SID, Kevin Maloney. Mad scramble for the ball on the far side of the pitch, and it's going to be out of bounds to the Indians.
Two things I've seen, Adam, so far in this match is Northwest has not been able to match the speed of Itawamba, and they're just getting behind the defenders every time down the left side, basically down here. So it's just beating a couple different Northwest defenders every time and just basically picking on them. And both goals have actually come from the same side, the same left side.
So this will be a goal kick coming up here for the Rangers. Sends it down the pitch. And the possession is still loose and eventually won here by the Rangers. This is number 24.
Yeah, that's going to be a card. He had a clear runway there, and pretty smart foul. I actually didn't really think it was enough to draw a card, but that's number 8, I believe. This is
Cesar Perez. And into the contest for the Indians will be Trent Pace. That's what Coach Mike Sullivan was telling him. Smart decision on that play, but just remember when you go back in, you've already got a yellow, so you got to play smart if you're Perez the rest of the way out. Ball is being bounced around, still bouncing around, and there's going to be a foul whistle here on Northwest. So the free kick from distance, no damage done. Brandon White will step into this one for ICC, sends it out wide. That's going to be Pace with it now on the far side of the pitch. Indians try a little give and go action that time, read nicely by the Rangers. Northwest going to be patient, send it back, reset the offense. And the Rangers getting aggressive. Kind of, I guess you could say, kind of getting used to each other on the field right now. You're starting to see a little bit more flow amongst the team as that ball just pops straight up in the air. And ICC gets it back at midfield and ricocheted off one of the Northwest defenders. And the Rangers will take possession.
Michael Ledbetter is our leading scorer from a year ago. Gets free for a second.
Now it was stopped nicely that time by Trent Pace, but Northwest keeps it and then loses it out of bounds.
I think what frustrates me the most is I realize it's frustrating, and a lot of players don't know each other, but when you're complaining and yelling at your own teammates, it's just not going to make things any better. Like you've seen Isfi Torres get pretty upset a couple different times at his own players, his own teammates. Of course, they're all freshmen, but that's not going to make matters worse when you're, it's just not going to help things. Got to be encouraging when you're all new to the game. Under 4 minutes now to play in the first half. This one's crossed into the box. And will be a goal kick. Couple more subs coming in for Northwest.
These substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation, located right across the street from us here. They meet Thursday nights at 7. We also want to talk about the Bank of Okolona and the ICC Baptist Student Union. ICC Baptist Student Union meets Mondays at 7:07. So that'll be tonight. Tonight? No, tonight's, what is today?
Monday.
Yeah, today's Monday. So that'll be tonight at 7:07. And then they also meet Wednesdays at lunch during E-period. All they ask is bring $2 and a friend. Bring $2 for your friend as well to enjoy lunch and worship at the ICC Baptist Student Union. Other sponsors of ICC Athletics here on Let's Go ICC TV include Choice Pond, the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottlers, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and Food Giant, all proud to be a sponsor of ICC Athletics. We'll hear a few words from some of those sponsors as part of the Little Caesars halftime show coming your way in about 2.5 minutes as ICC leads 2-0 here over Northwest in this MACJC North Division matchup. Trying to go long, and Little could not quite catch up to it in time. Smart play that time by Tackett to come up and get it before Logan could have got to it. Rangers trying to find a way to cut this lead in half before halftime. Indians struck early off a goal by Resendez, and another from distance by Chase Huddleston.
I tell you what, the way this thing started out, for Northwest, you're fortunate and feeling pretty good if you can make it stay at 2-0 at halftime, or even try to steal one right here on this free kick. You got to think it's a winning half the way it started off.
So this free kick coming up here for the Rangers. Inside 2 minutes to play. Sends it, trouble here. And White's going to chase out and get it.
It'll be a corner for Northwest.
Yeah, it's going to be a corner opportunity coming up here. I tell you what, that's a very dangerous angle to come in on that free kick for a keeper, as when you look up at the ball, you're looking directly into the sun. And it's going to be another situation where he's doing this here on this corner kick coming up for the Rangers. Inside 1.5 to play. Sends it, and the header just too tall over the back of the goal and out of bounds.
Yeah, that was Trace Manning. Stands about 6'2", 6'3". Got a head on that, just left. Wanted the third shot for Northwest today as we approach 1 minute to play in the first half.
So the Indians with it, they lead 2-0. Rangers, though, however, not able to find a goal so far, but they have kind of controlled the possession and shift a little bit of momentum the way, and that's going to be offside, yep. But the Rangers have finished pretty strong here in the first half.
Kind of weathered this storm a little bit. Coach Nunley knows the game.
Mm-hmm.
Putting some people in the right places, moving some players around. Now, if you can reward yourself and somehow get back into this in the second half. But everything points to a 2-0 Itawamba lead at the break as we getting near the horn.
Remind you to stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime show. Kevin, let's go ahead and, after this here, blocked up, and I say let's go ahead and do it. The Rangers trying to find a way to get off a last-second shot here to see if they can cut it in half. And it's going to go out of bounds. Nicely done that time by the Indians. 2-0 is your score here at the half. Let's take a look at some of those Sonic stats as we start the Little Caesars halftime report.
11-3, Itawamba leads in shots, 6-2 on goal. A couple cards for both teams. 16 total fouls, 10-6 Northwest. Couple of corners, couple of offsides. Of course, so far, the 2 goals coming from Itawamba early in the match to give them the 2-0 lead. It was first for Itawamba. It was Resendez in the 6th minute from Luan Ballesteri assist, and then a Chase Huddleston goal, beautiful from about 35 yards out in the 14th minute, and we stand at 2-0 Indians.
That is your score here at halftime. Let's hear a word from Little Caesars, and a few more of our sponsors will come back with the ICC All-American Band performance, part of the Little Caesars halftime show. ICC leads Northwest 2-0 at the break.
When I grow up, I'm gonna redefine pizza. One that will change the history of pizza forever. A pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni. This is my dream, and I can do it. Because my mom and dad said I can accomplish anything. And I will do great things in life.
Sorry, kid, it's been done.
But my dream...
Introducing Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizza. A large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza, pizza.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Man, if they sold these pretzel dogs at the stadium...
Oh, everybody would love it.
Getting a hot dog on a premium pretzel bun with melted cheese sauce and crispy bacon here.
Oh, no thanks. I already got one.
The summer's biggest hit is the premium pretzel dog. This is how you Sonic.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Fresh cut bone-in beef, ribeye steaks, $6.98 per pound. Green seedless grapes, 99 cents per pound. And best choice oil, just $1.98.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
feature, Carlos Santana's Smooth. Reporting on with this percussion feature, Gloria Estefan's 1985 hit tune, Conga. Also featured on trumpet are Lydia Short of Pontotoc, Brandon York of Amory, Danielle Creighton from Tupelo, Jenna Harris, Mantachi, Armando Quinones from Pontotoc, Daniel Torres from Tupelo, Holly Jones, Pontotoc, and Michael Collins from South Pontotoc. Rangers are Patrick Adams of Saltillo, Blaine Callahan of Houston, Cindy Prince of Saltillo, and Sarah Griffin of Houston. Color guard captains are Valerie Blake of Itawamba, Amaya Lee of Aberdeen. Percussion captains are Logan Freeman from Corinth and Jeremy Hendricks from Tupelo. ICC All-American band directors are Ryan Todd.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. We're just moments away from getting the second half started here. ICC leading 2-0 after 2 quick goals in the first half, and ICC was able to take a lead there. But Northwest, though, started to show some signs of improvement and coming together, I guess you can say, as a group out there, and finished pretty strong, although they couldn't find the back of the net on a couple opportunities late there in the first half. They do trail 2-0 here at the break.
Yeah, you want to get rewarded for a solid 15 minutes to close the half. You know, Northwest just got to be better with possession. Just loses the ball way too easy. I talked to Coach Baldwin at halftime, and he just mentioned that our biggest problem is just losing possession, wanting to dribble way too much instead of and not switching the field, like wanting to stay on one side of the field. So hopefully, you know, just like with the women, we'll make some halftime adjustments. And I'd like to see this become a pretty good match. You know, could be about 3 or 4-0 right now, but I'd like to see Northwest get one back and see if we can get this thing pretty close down the stretch.
2-0 is your score right now.
Didn't know if that was the same goalie for you guys or not in the second half.
Sorry, I didn't know what you were saying there. I just saw you point your eyes and point. But yes, that is Brandon White, still the same keeper here in the second half for the Indians. Going to try the cross, but just a little too far behind Garcia, and the Rangers clear that one back out. We do want to welcome all those watching here on Let'sGoICCTV.com and say a special hello to those that are watching in support of the Rangers this afternoon.
Yeah, a lot of Northwest fans tuning in today. I know we would love to do this at home in Senatobia, but we cannot due to internet connection.
And there was a nice goal that time, as that was number 22. Is that Resendez? Yes, it was. Just a little sneaky goal that time. Got the defender to fall and stuck it home, and the Indians take a 3-0 lead now.
Just making it look really, really easy to get on the attacking end.
Yeah, now you kind of saw Northwest get a little down there after the Indians got a quick 2-0 start, so that was going to be a key for the Indians here in the second half. We talked about the keys to victory being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona for Northwest. Those are going to be some of the keys to victory here for the Indians in the second half. Get some couple of goals early and see if you can kind of just take the wind out of the sails off some of that momentum that Northwest was able to gain, as you said, in that solid finish 15 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, I mentioned a couple of would like to do these broadcasts at home, but internet's the issue, and if you want to donate $40,000 to Northwest, we would love.
ICC.
Yeah, we would love to have a hardline internet run to our soccer and softball complex.
Come on, Kevin.
You're already paying $10,000 for this.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about my MiFi card.
Oh, yeah. And I know that the Blunt family is watching today. Mentioned Cayman Blunt's a sophomore, transferred over from Colin Community College from Independence, Mississippi, and that I know that there's a couple of women's soccer parents that were watching start to finish the women's match. 1-0 in overtime was the final, and Northwest would like to just get one back here. That's a really tough start if you're a Ranger fan to give up a goal in the first 2.5 minutes of the second half when you played so well the final 20-25 minutes in the first half.
Raphael Henry up top, running camera for the Let'sGoICCTV.com broadcast here on the Red Channel. Lee Adams on the side taking photos. You can see his photos on ICCimages.com. You can order those photos, even get the digital downloads for $1. I'm Adam Gore. You got Kevin Maloney here on hand. Very few times that everybody teams up with each other on some broadcasts. I know Steve Diffie and I have done it in the past. You and I have done it numerous times.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where we've done it for basketball a couple times at Howard Coliseum. Just makes it easier sometimes where you know your team a little bit better and I know my team better, and we worked alongside each other enough to know when to kind of
talk and shut up.
Exactly.
Rangers with it now.
Finish each other's
sentences.
Yes.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Rangers with it, trying to break through. Tough defense by the Indians. Northwest, though, keeps possession, sends it back up top. Renfro with it, clears it back to midfield. Indians sagging back a lot of players defensively with this 3-0 lead now. Kevin, you said it, scoring goals has not been an issue for Northwest this season. It's been keeping teams from scoring, so you know as an ICC player that this offense can strike at any time. Sends it ahead, and it's going to be sent out of bounds. It'll be a corner opportunity coming up here. Alex Resendez that time was thinking one thing and one thing only, hat trick, when he had the ball at his feet that time.
Northwest well under its season average of 3.2 goals a match. Cannot get going offensively, and they're giving up 4 a game, and they've already given up 3 today. This is going to be number 10. This will be Little taking the corner kick. Second of the match for Itawamba, leading 3-0.
So Logan Little getting set to come in here and get the set piece going for the Indians. Going to drop it off short. I'm going to send it back out wide. Just try to step into it there, maybe look for the backside. It was there, just wasn't ready for it as, the side judge goes down. Like maybe an inadvertent step on an ankle that time on the referee on the side.
If he caught a cleat there on the ankle, that's
yeah,
really
I think that's what
hurt.
it was.
Didn't the ARs may need to start wearing some shin guards as well if he's not already. Yeah, he's rubbing the front of his shin there.
Yeah.
You already wear the tall socks and the cleats. Might as well just throw some shin guards on for the heck of it.
I would do it anyway. So the Indians with it, they lead 3-0. Send it out wide. Logan Little looking for the touch, but a nicely done job that time by the Rangers' Renfro to break that one up and allow the defense to reset. Hey, take a look at the side referee there. He's got a smile on his face, kind of laughing about it. The center referee's going to come over and check on him. He did take a cleat off that front shin, trying to walk it off. Even Sully trying to score some bonus points, asking if he's okay.
But he got thrown out 2 games ago, and now he's just Mr. Personality over there.
Very true. That might be the best way to sum up Sully. And that was cleared out nicely that time by the Rangers as the Indians tried to make that opportunity dangerous. Northwest trailing 3-0.
It's too much dribbling, man. Way too much dribbling. Just got to get the ball and give it off. Continue to move.
So a throw in here for the Rangers. Really no lane open. So now they try to go far down the pitch, and it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by ICC. Coming up on 37 minutes, 37 and a half minutes, I should say. Ball across the way. Rangers have it. And Huddleston, I don't know what Huddleston was doing there. Like he might have been trying to fake sending it out of bounds and just send it backwards. Rangers, though, have it.
You mentioned the Itawamba defense dropping everyone back, dropping 10 back, basically in coverage, protecting the 3-0 lead, almost like a prevent defense.
Resendez with it, some fancy footwork there across the far way. Still with the possession. Going to send it on the cross, thinking about Logan Little. Little was thinking about the attack. And the Rangers get the easy turnover.
You know, you mentioned about the friendly rivalry. Talk about players and districts and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at your roster. Resendez, who's got 2 goals today, is from Horn Lake, right up in our neck of the woods. You got another guy from Horn Lake, goalkeeper. You ask yourself, what are they doing here? Why are they not in Senatobia? And that could be just some added, added reason for wanting to beat the team who kind of shuns you a little bit, but I'm not really sure what the situation was there. I guess if we had the districts like we used to, he'd be playing in Senatobia.
So ICC with it. This is Resendez, who already has 2 goals on the afternoon, trying to find that hat trick. Sends it across the middle. That's Logan Little with it now. Drops it off to Garcia, and a nicely defended play that time by the Rangers. Ahead they go. Rangers trying to open the field up a little bit and quicken the pace. So they're going to send it up, and ICC control. Looking to go over the top to Little. Broken up nicely that time, as that was Renfro. So the ball bounces off a rock. Did not go
Wow.
in the river. It's not a river. It's a very large ditch. As we said, the Sports Information Department has come to call it Firewater Creek here on the reservation. Indians with it now at midfield. Almost like a stall tactic that time. They're just waiting with the ball, waiting for Northwest to come up and apply some pressure. Now send it back. And it's just going to be a game of catch here. Now they send it forward. This is Cesar Perez. Perez dribbling in the middle of the field, now drops it off. Balachetti with it now. He's going to dribble up, drops it off to Resendez, and Resendez was not looking for it. Got it before it went out of bounds, though. I think Resendez was thinking Balachetti was going to fire on goal. Balachetti, though, being nice, was trying to get Resendez the opportunity at a hat trick. Resendez, though, tripped up and looked like he may have rolled an ankle on the far side of the field. A little slow to get up, but is up and running without a limp now on his own. 34.5 minutes to play here in this one. ICC leads it 3-0. Rangers trying to find a way to get back in this one. Resendez with it. Lets it slip by one person, going through the middle, and just nobody wanted to come up and get that one, whether it be ICC or Northwest. And then finally the keeper, Tackett for Northwest, said, okay, I'll just scoop it up then. So the Rangers with it at midfield. Up the pitch they go. It's Blankney with it, now gets it back. Rangers, their best opportunities so far here in the second half. That was a handful of jersey, and ICC player wanted a foul call. The referee kind of looked up at the scoreboard and said, play on. Logan Little tripped up and knocked down.
Yeah, just some frustration, I think, from Treywick there. Got caught up with a Indian down here on this end, and just a frustration foul. Northwest with 12 fouls. Another, and I'll tell you what, Trace Manning has had some no-brainers, two-handed shoves in the back. That's about his fourth foul. And now has the free kick right outside the box. An opportunity to take a 4-0 lead here.
Yeah, tough here because you have to get it up and down in a hurry.
No, so you can't sub. We're trying to sub for some reason on a free kick. I don't know what we're doing.
And you see Rafael Henry doing a good job of zooming in on the keeper that time, showing that he's having to battle the sun. He's looking directly back into the sun at this angle. So the Indians could put some mustard on something here quick. Could really possibly sneak this one in. 3-0 your lead. The Indians trying to build on that here on this free kick coming up. See if it's going to be Huddleston to take this. Yes, it will be, and Huddleston sends it, but nicely done that time by Tackett, coming up on the save, looking directly into the sun. I'll tell you what, there were two defenders from Northwest that wisely moved their head, or that one would have been very painful, as that shot was extremely low that time. 3-0 remains your score. ICC with the lead. 32 minutes and 10 seconds to play here in the contest. Remind you, we know for sure our next broadcast will be Thursday night when ICC plays football against Pearl River. That's going to be a non-division match. It'll be Military Appreciation Night, so current and former members of the military can get into the game for free, and they are invited to participate in a very special ceremony honoring their services to help protect our country and provide us the freedoms of enjoying a soccer match like we are today. You can participate in that. That's Thursday night. Kickoff is at 7. The Choice Pond pregame show come your way at 6:40 here on Let's Go ICC TV, as well as FM 95 Sports. Clock continues to roll in this one. Looks like both teams just kind of going through the motions, Kevin.
Yeah, we're going to sub a few more players in here. And Aaron Meek is going to take a knee. You can tell he is really hurt. He missed most of the season. Actually, he missed all of last season with the knee injury. And he immediately, that last one, looked like he just hyperextended his knee a little bit. And does not appear to be good at all.
Yeah, he is taking his time coming off the pitch and hopefully maybe just a combination of a sore knee and being tired. As we said, very hot and humid for a fall evening here in Fulton. Of course, temperatures, I think, supposed to sneak down into the 60s this weekend. Kevin, where will you be this weekend?
I'm heading to Fayetteville, Arkansas to work New Mexico State and Arkansas on Saturday at 11 a.m. on SEC Network. This is a season-long journey for me. My first time being on a crew, of course. I've done talent stats for TV for about 7 years now for Fox, ESPN, and CBS, and it's all about who you know. You know, finally met that right person that's just taking me under his wing. I'm so appreciative for it, and trying to hopefully one day take my career to that level. Just you know, stats deal. Just keep moving up the ladder. And the biggest thing for me, Adam, and I'm not. I want to take people with me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I know people that are, like, I know you're talented enough to work on the camera crew. Like, I know there are people that I've come in encounter with these last few years that, you know, I'm a stat guy, you know, but there's other people that have other talents that we can use on our crew that I hope one day it turns out to be even more people. But just very, very fortunate to have the opportunity, and it is great money. It's a chance for me to gosh, I hope she's not listening. She knows anyway, but got to start saving up for a ring, man. Former Itawamba softball player.
Find you an ICC girl.
Yep.
Life is right.
Yeah, Catherine Carver. I don't know if she's watching or not, but she's
well, I'll say
she knows it's coming eventually.
Yeah, I'll say this. This is ICC and Northwest Soccer, not the Love Boat. But the Indians with a 3-0 lead. Balachete sends it across. That's Resendez. Resendez already with 2 goals. Now sends it back, but nicely done that time. Saw it coming, jumped on it in a hurry that time. Cleared it out. Whoa, what is that kid's name, number 22?
Fleury Magitillum.
Magitillum.
Just checked back in the game. Fleury checked back in, and also Daniel Longmire checked back in. Looks like a couple of Indians waiting on the next whistle to check in.
We do invite you to keep up with everything Northwest Athletics by visiting nwccrangers.com. Follow them on Twitter at NWCC_Rangers. You can also do that by following at Let's Go ICC on Twitter and visiting letsgoicc.com. There is a foul somewhere in there. The referee points to his left, points to his right. I think he pointed back up here to the ICC Foundation broadcast booth. So this will be a free kick coming up here for the Indians. Indians have had 2 of these already, just haven't been able to convert.
Couple chances, and they're a little tricky with their set piece, the way they usually run 2 or 3 different players. You can hear Coach Sullivan call out, heard him call a couple things. He's like, hey, look at Europe, look at Argentina. He's called out, he's got some set pieces that he runs here.
There's a shot, another nice save that time by the Rangers.
I mean, that was at 23 took that shot. Was that Luan? It was.
Yes, 23.
That's the
Balachete.
7th save for Tackett. Of course, has allowed 3.
Tell you, he has done a good job. He's had 2 tough goals or free kicks come right at him with some heat on behind him. Looking back in the Suns, able to make some solid plays on those. Coming up on 27.5 minutes here. 3-0 ICC with the lead over the Rangers. If you're just now joining us, the Lady Indians picked up a 1-0 victory after a PK golden goal by Mallory Scott. As mass substitutions in here for the Indians, I see number 2, Jake Kirkpatrick. Number 15, Brendan Kane. Number 18, Joe Rainey. It looks like number 6, Brian Vogel, coming in for the Indians. Coming in for the Rangers will be number 11.
That's Christian Pirani. Looks like Treywick may come back in as well.
So mass substitutions coming into these games. It's mass substitution being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Hey, if any of those ICC students are listening or watching right now, ICC BSU will meet tonight at 7:07. They're located right across the street from the e-learning building. It's the ICC BSU. They meet Monday nights at 7:07. Also, Wednesdays at noon. They just ask, bring $2 and a friend. Bring $2 for that friend, too, to help pay for lunch there. You can eat a good lunch. I know it was Abner's last week, Kevin. You could get Abner's for $2.
Oh, I'll probably pay 12 tonight, no doubt. You mentioned about BSU. I know our BSU's on Tuesday nights, but retweeted something earlier. I believe Northwest is starting an FCA on campus, and they'll meet for the first night tonight across from the cafeteria at 7 o'clock. Of course, everyone welcome, but typically we have BSU on Tuesday nights right across from Howard Coliseum, but they'll start meeting, looks like FCA, so that's something new on the Northwest campus.
So a lot of opportunities to get involved there on both campuses, and that's what college is about, Kevin.
We need more Jesus in the world, too.
Yeah, that's very
We
true.
need some more people that are going to make a change in the world. With so much nonsense going on, there's people trying to make changes and differences on social media, and that's not how you're going to make a change. You need to get in your communities and do it that way and start when they're young. And there's just too many people that are trying to change the world on what they tweet out. I'm not trying to get on a soapbox, but it's just frustrating to see. I just don't remember a time in my lifetime where it's been this bad divisiveness and all sorts of stuff in the world. And we could use a whole lot more Jesus in the world. So hopefully we'll get some good crowds to some of these, FCA, BSU, and
Wesley Foundation as well.
Something that I, did not do in college. Of course, I was good about it growing up, and a lot of people, when you get to college, you kind of forget about those things. And I was the same way, and now I've tried to kind of pick it back up. I did a thing on Wednesday nights in Senatobia with a kind of a college group, and just trying to get involved any way possible outside of sports.
The Indians with an opportunity here, and the officials just letting them play. And they're going to call a foul here on the Rangers. Let the Indians got away with a push in the back that started this whole mad possession. The ball stayed on the inbounds line, just did not find its way out of bounds, so it'll be a free kick opportunity here coming up. Is that right? Yep.
And it looks like Longmire and also Nick Roberts trying to explain to the official, I got a two-handed shove in my back. I'm telling you, I can't tell you his name. I don't want to say his name on the air, but this official's terrible. We've had him in Senatobia a couple times. He is not good.
So how do you really feel, Kevin?
I'll call his name out in a minute if he keeps up with these calls.
Don't do it. That's my job. 24 minutes and 10 seconds to play. ICC with a free kick coming up here. And I tell you what, Kevin, those are some tough situations right there on those free kicks, being that close with a wall in front of you. You got to have to almost try to put it through the head of the wall just to get it on goal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch enough set pieces like that, but you're not getting it over, a couple guys that are 6 foot tall.
Substitution into the match appears to be number 20. Wilson coming in here for the Rangers. Coach Sullivan kind of upset. The Indians have had three free kicks.
He's like, there's no reason for us to even practice free kicks if we can't even get one on frame. And he's right. Every one of them sailed at least three feet over. But you're right also how close these free kicks have been to keep the ball down. It elevates almost like a rise ball in softball.
Yeah, the sheer mathematics of keeping that on frame is extremely tough. Here come the Indians. Sends it ahead. Balichetti with it. Broken up nicely that time by, is that Heats?
Darius Hetz, yes.
Hetz.
Freshman.
So the Rangers with it, they trail 3-0. 22, let's call it 23 minutes left in the contest. A few ticks underneath that.
I've got to think, Adam, in the next 22 minutes, Itawama's going to score again. There's just been way too many opportunities, and they're in the box here again.
Looking for the header.
The offside.
Offside is a call, and unfortunate because if that was not called there, that was the third goal by Resendez, but the offside takes away the hat trick.
He's going to have some other opportunities here before this thing's over with.
So the Rangers with it. Lazy pass that time, nearly taken away by the Indians. And ICC still scrambling for it. The Rangers just going to clear it back to the keeper. Remind you, the next match for ICC will be on Wednesday when they play host to Pearl River. We don't know if that's going to be broadcast yet. I don't know what type of data I'll have left on my MiFi card. If it's enough to get in a match, because I don't know if it starts over this week or next week is basically what I'm saying.
You're doing this on your own dime, your own. Incredible.
So, yeah. That's what you do. You just go the extra mile sometimes.
You're such a stand-up guy. You're such a take-a-knee guy, you know?
Oh, you about got me saying something bad on the air, Kevin. Substitutions coming in yet again. Clock continues to roll here. Coming up on 21 minutes to play. Raphael Henry's up top. Raphael, give me 2 stomps if you're good.
2 stomps and a Ric Flair.
No stomps at all from Raphael. I don't know if he's got his headset in by now. Pinballing around out there and a lot of contact. That's going to be a foul on ICC.
Puts the foul count at 25 now.
Wow.
15 for Northwest, 10 for Itawamba.
You go for how many in the women's match? Very few.
Yeah, I think it was under a dozen. Yeah, this is just, I'm telling you, it's the center official. We had a match like this earlier this year. We had, I think, upwards of 30, 35 fouls, so nothing new. But there's really one way to control that. You give a couple cards out and they'll stop fouling.
Yep. So the Indians with it. They lead 3-0, coming up on 20 minutes to play in this one. Indians trying to stay in the chase for that #1 spot in the division, and that's going to be
just another really stupid foul.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul there on number 15. That's Nick Roberts.
Really stupid foul. Yeah, you're not going to... You're wasting your argument with this guy. This guy's, he's a joke, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm going to say for a referee, a lot of times, you let a coach say his piece. As long as the coach don't get out of line, you keep your mouth shut, play the game. You don't.
You have a lot.
That was antagonizing what the official said back to the Northwest coach that time. Indians trying to look for a little back door. Crosses the middle and nothing there. A tackle. They said it was a clean one in the box that time.
Just hope Northwest is able to keep a cool head these last 20 minutes. I know it's frustrating. I know you hadn't won a match in about a month and a half, and it gets frustrating at times. You're down 3-0. You're just not going to win this one, but you don't want to do anything stupid here to injure anybody or to get a bunch of unwanted cards.
That's going to be a foul on ICC. And so inside 20 minutes to play now. 3-0 ICC with the lead over Northwest.
To me, Treywick attempt the free kick.
Oh, nice attempt that time. Looking for the header, just could not quite get on top of it.
It is going to be a corner kick.
Oh, it's going to be a corner kick. So they said it's going to be last touch by ICC.
Second corner kick of the afternoon for Northwest. That was Fleury Magitulum that trying to get ahead on that. I guess the head was more. I was wondering how you missed that bad from that close with the header. That's because the Itawamba player hit it. Here's Torres's delivery way long.
Dangerous here. Oh, the Indians just happened to be in the right spot at the right time. Good opportunity that time by Heats. The Indians just happened to be in the right spot to block that one up. Now ICC trying to get out with numbers. Resendez getting cut off. Had the angle taken away from him, and the ball's out of bounds. Last touch by the Rangers.
Yeah, that was Hetz. They got a head on it there. But no chance of that one going in. Northwest held just 5 shots in this game so far, 16 for Itawamba. And it's been all Indians from the start. Quick goal in the first 5:44, and then it's been cruise control from there.
Nice cross that time. Rangers, though, block it up. Good idea by the Indians, just could not execute. Now Resendez with it, looking for his 3rd goal of the match, and just puts it off the side of the netting. Upset with himself that time because he drew the keeper out. Was able to have the open net, but his leg failed him. Could not stick it home. 3-0 remains your score.
It's a heck of an angle to try to be making a shot. You make that, that's one heck of an angle. I thought he may pass it across the front of the net there, but you make that one, and that's pretty impressive. And once again, right back on the attack.
Indians get the 50-50 ball, and now the loose ball, and it's still loose. And the Indians control. That's Trey Clark with it, sends it over. Now they're going to the backside. Resendez. We can tell he's the focus of the offensive attack for the Indians, trying to get him that third goal. Sends it off, ricocheted off the keeper. And now he's going to send it across. This is Balachete with it. Sends it too high.
You know, if this was a basketball, it'd be 3 seconds in the lane there.
Yeah. Yeah.
About 5 or 6 players right there inside the 18 for about a minute.
Resendez was thinking third goal, hat trick, hat trick, hat trick. Okay, I got to give it up. So the shot high by Balachete. And are they going to send in a sub? Yep, they're going to let him come in. This will be number 3, Blunt.
Yes, Cayman Blunt checking in for Trace Manning. Probably it for Trace for the day. With under 16 to play. 3-0 Indians. Northwest men will not be in action again until October the 6th against Holmes. A full 11 days.
That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you're at the point now where you're down to your last 4 division games and I believe 1 non-conference. So we're already over halfway through the side. It's amazing how fast the fall goes between football and soccer.
Yes.
I mean, here we are at week 5 in football. We only play 9 regular season, and then you're talking about only having a month. Soccer playoffs are the 2nd week of October.
Mm-hmm.
So you're only a few weeks away from that. The fall goes extremely fast.
That ball going to be taken away on the far side of the pitch by the Indians. Sends it ahead. Rangers, though, get it back and just kick it off a pair of Rangers. They're able to keep possession, though. Look for the kick and just couldn't find it. Northwest just going to send it back and try to reset. We talk about the future schedules. ICC men be heading to MUW on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So
playing the W?
Playing the W.
Wow, brought back athletics, I think, for the first time since the tornado and stuff back in when I was in school at Mississippi State. What, 04, 05?
Yeah, early 2000s.
Wow, that's impressive.
So ICC will be going to is technically a friendly.
It's interesting to play those this year, this part of the year, this late in the year.
The Indians will wrap up the season against Andrew College.
That's what we as well. I think it's probably that same exact weekend, probably a Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday kind of deal.
The women, I think, are playing maybe Southwest Tennessee that weekend, or they're playing a non-division match. The ball came off the leg of the referee. Just been a tough day for this side referee. He got stomped on or cleated earlier, and that one nearly hit him in an area, but he was able to have the wherewithal to kind of dodge it and catch it off the hip area.
For as much running as Resendez has done today,
he's finally
snail's pace getting off the field.
Rightfully so. He will check out as he had 2 goals on the day, had a couple opportunities at the hat trick, just could not find it home. Who was that came on in his place?
That was 28 that came on. That's going to be Marcus Wood, and also 17, Austin, is it Rowell or
Rowell?
Rowell.
Of course, Marcus Wood Jr., his dad, part of the administration out there at East Mississippi.
East Mississippi bringing back soccer.
They were going to, but did not.
No, they are. They're bringing back next year. Yeah,
okay. They were supposed to bring it back this year.
Correct,
yeah.
Just women's soccer. They were supposed to bring it back this year, but was told that the coach had trouble recruiting and asked for 1 more year, so we should be bringing them back next year.
And that'll be a division match.
Yes, just women.
So will that bump Hines back to the south, or will that keep it the same?
Who knows, man? It's kind of like the Meridian thing where you have teams coming in and out and in and out. Like, wish we just keep it one way or the other.
Substitution in here for the Rangers. This is going to be Trace Manning coming back into the contest. Be a toss in coming in here, as this is Brandon Kane practicing his footwork across the way, as ICC will send in a sub. Chase Huddleston will come back into the match, and that will be Luan Balachete checking out. I think I'm saying that remotely close. I'm probably not. Indians with it. Looking to go for a long pass on the backside. Nothing there. Out of bounds. Back to the Rangers. Are you stopping that clock?
I'm not.
It feels like it's just this last 10 minutes of play just struck by.
Yeah, it does. I agree.
There's 11 minutes and 30 seconds left in this one. ICC with a 3-0 lead.
I'll give you the bad news, too, the way that Coach Sullivan has been subbing. You have to stop the clock under 5 minutes. When the winning team subs under 5 minutes, you have to stop the clock. So I have a bad feeling that he's going to try to sub. I hope not, but he may.
And so that foul whistle on the Indians. It'll be Ranger free kick opportunity here from midfield. Blunt will step into this one for the Rangers. Sends it down the pitch and off the foot of Chase Huddleston. Indians send it ahead. Oh, nicely done. Good touch that time. Good hustle, though.
I'll tell you, if Darius Hetz doesn't make that touch, it's 3-on-1. And here's a easy. That's going to be a PK. We're going to stop the clock.
So this will be a PK coming up here for.
And it's going to be a yellow card for Blunt.
One of those tough situations. He was trying to hustle to get back that time.
And I'm going to tell you this, Adam. You guys score here. I'm not stopping the clock up 4-0. It ain't happening. Who we got taking the kick here? 15?
Yes, it's going to be 15. That's going to be Brandon Kane. Kobe Bogle trying to talk Marcus Wood into coming up and taking the kick. So the PK here will come off the foot of Brandon Kane. Kane pokes that one in easily.
And I'm going to let it run. I don't really care what anybody says, but when it's 4-0, you don't stop the clock.
So 4-0 your score here. That goal by Brandon Kane. Took that hard jab step to his right. Referee said, ask you to stop it.
No, ain't stopping. I believe that's his first goal of the year.
And yes, it is. So 4-0 your score. Northwest will get it. Maloney won that battle with the referee.
Yeah, just, you're not coming back from a 4-goal deficit with 9:50 left. And if we score 1 or 2, I'll stop it.
Indians with it now, looking to go back on the other end. Kane bumped, but no foul. Good call, no call that time. Rowell steps into it and sends it high. I like the aggressiveness there by Austin Rowell.
Was that Kane that took that, right?
No, it was Rowell.
No,
Kane
took the free kick.
Yeah, PK,
that's his,
yeah.
Actually, it's his 4th goal of the year.
Okay, so 4th goal of the year there for Brandon Kane. And there's a foul on the Indians. It was Sam Young just kind of getting caught up that time, going for the loose ball, and Sam, a little bit bigger than the guy going after it, and bumped him out of bounds. Well, as we said, the next match for ICC will be Wednesday at 2 and 4 o'clock, a non-division match against Pearl River. Depends on what my data looks like on my MyFight card, if we'll stream the matches or not. If not, we'll try to have extra updates from Twitter. So this free kick coming up here. Sent inside and broke up nicely that time by the Indians. Northwest will keep possession. Fire from distance. Thought that had a chance that time, but a little too tall.
That was Daniel Longmire. Not a bad effort there. A couple feet high. Shots are very slim for Northwest today, so anytime you can get a... I just wish we would be rewarded here for just fighting through this thing. Could be about 6-7-0. I'd like to wish we could find a way to get one.
Well, I think you said it well. This is a very young soccer team. Injuries have been some keys for the Rangers this season, and they've struggled at times. Some of that youth coming out in some of the matches, and as you said, not just getting that many opportunities to play, and when you have 11 days off before your next match, doesn't help matters either. But yeah, I'm with you, as there's going to be a foul on the Indians.
Yeah, it's got to be a card. Yeah, that's stupid too. You're up 4-0. I don't know what you're doing there.
Trey Clark that time just getting a little too over aggressive, and he will draw the yellow.
I know he's saying stop the clock, but it's 4-0, man.
And this will send in Garcia. He'll come in this situation and replace Clark, who just drew the yellow. Send it over the middle, and it's going to be off the head of the Ranger. Too tall for the goal, and the score remains 4-0 Indians.
Yeah, if you're Coach Sullivan, you can't be happy with that card. I don't know what the card situation is this year for Itawamba, but that's just a 4-0 lead. You're grabbing a guy, pulling him, and then you trip him up, and then you laugh coming off the field. That's just not really smart.
Yeah, that'd be a coaching opportunity for Sully after the day is done. Indians with it on the far side. Rangers, though, come and take it away. Nicely done that time by Longmire. Tries to send it ahead, and it's going to be off and out of bounds. I'm going to say no, actually a corner opportunity coming up. Last touch by the Indians, so corner kick coming up here for the Rangers. Coming up on 6 minutes to play in this one, ICC with a 4-0 lead. That one just not a good send that time for the Rangers. That one's sent towards the concession stand off the roof and caught by the referee on the far side.
Wow, and he's going to send Trey Clark back into the match after that card.
And now the Indians trying to get ahead, and a lot of contact. Good no call that time by the referee. Nothing malicious on that play. Might have been a foul some other time, but not this late in the contest. Indians with it. Drops it out wide. Rowell sticks it home. That was
17 from 2, yeah.
Yeah, Austin Rowell with the goal, making it 5-0 Indians. So the Indians lead 5-0. Substitution is Trey Clark coming back into the match. Chase Huddleston checked out for the Indians. So 4.5 before this one is final. ICC, barring a miracle of biblical proportions, will sweep the day. Lady Indians with a thrilling 1-0 win in overtime after a PK by Mallory Scott. That was a big win. Tough loss. Two very good soccer teams that have come a long way over the past 3 years. One of those you hated to see either team lose, but at the end of the day, somebody had to find a way to win one.
Yeah, I look for both of these teams, the women, to be in the playoffs, 2 and 3. Figure Holmes will be 1, and either us or Itawamba be 2 or 3, and then we're going to get another shot at you. Going to get a chance in Senatobia, and of course the first half of the schedule will be complete after today, and then we'll see from there.
So the Rangers with it, going for the cross, a little too far behind the man cutting in front of the goal. Ball's going to be sent to the side and out of bounds. Of course, as we approach some of the games later in the season, times will change from that 2 o'clock start. It'll be a 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock start due to, as you can tell now, things get a little dark. No lights here at the ICC Soccer Complex. Indians with it, leading 5-0 over the Rangers. 3 minutes to play now in the contest. Right now, if you're Northwest, you just want a strong finish. Find some momentum heading into your next match. Indians, though, at the same time, you want a good, strong finish here. Maybe get some valuable minutes. Some of these guys that don't see a lot of playing time throughout the regular season.
Yeah, I know you mean a lot of subs. I believe almost everyone has played.
Like everybody that is eligible today, I know Ryan Parker, the freshman defender out of Brisbane, Australia, is out with an injury. So 2:15 to play. Indians with it. Garcia breaks away, sends it, and blocked nicely. I tell you what, looked like a simple block that time by Carson Tackett, but Tackett with that sun in his eyes and something coming at him that hard. That was a pretty good block that time. Maybe just self-defense was the mode he went into that time.
Nobody in a hurry of getting the ball either. Hope they take their time. There's no way this guy tells me to stop the clock. I'm telling you, I'm not stopping it. I mean,
Jake Kirkpatrick now trots over to get it. Will send in this corner opportunity here for the Indians. So it'll be a corner opportunity here.
Can't see who's taking the corner there.
It's going to be two. Jake Kirkpatrick set to send this one. Going to let it go short. Try to send it back to Kirkpatrick. He gets it. Driving inside. Sends it across the middle, and just an easy save that time. And now here come the Rangers trying to catch the Indians napping. Quickly get it up the pitch. That's Ledbetter with it, but there's Marcus Wood taking it away for the Indians. He'll send it up. This is going to be Austin Rowell. Rowell will poke it forward.
I'm just shocked in a 5-0 game. Itawamba's still attacking. Just take a knee. It's over.
That one goes into the drink across the way. I always like watching the reaction of players when they get the ball, because a lot of times there's
it's like you may find Pennywise down there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm going to say there's creatures. Oh, don't do that, man. I hate clowns. So now inside 30 seconds before this one's final, Northwest going on the attack, sends it from distance. That's going to go out of bounds, and that should do it.
That's just like a frustration there from Ledbetter.
One of those, just kick it as hard as you can, see if good things can happen, and that will do it. Your final score here from Fulton will be 5-0. ICC will complete the sweep of the Rangers this afternoon in MACJC North Division play. The Lady Indians pick up a 1-0 victory in overtime. So for Raphael Henry up top, Lee Adams down low taking photos for ICCimages.com. Kevin Maloney, give us those final Sonic stats.
For Itawamba, you got me while I'm doing wrap up the game. Itawamba outshoots Northwest 24-8, 15-3 on goal. 10 saves for Carson Tackett. We did allow the 5 to go by. 5 cards in this match, a lot of them chippy cards in the last 20 minutes. 30 total fouls. Just too much Itawamba on the attack today. Outshot Northwest basically 3-1.
I'm Adam Gore. We'll see you next time here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Have a good night, and as always, roll Tribe.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.